Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara, or Lara Likes Mascara. Today's video is a Project Pan update. It is the first update of 2023. If you're not counting the first video is just, establishing what the items are in my Project Pan. If you have watched this video series of mine for a while, you know that I typically roll over some products into the next year depending on which ones I am, close to finishing but haven't quite gotten there. And this year is no exception. I have a number of products that were rolled over from 2022 that I had hoped to finish then and did not quite manage it. And yeah, today I'll talk about if I managed to get any of those products finished for this update or not. And we do have 2 rollouts. I will let you know that from the beginning. So let's just get into it. Quick cue. What do you guys think of sweater vests? I feel like they really had a moment last year, and this year, not as much. But I kind of love the look of this. It's actually my sister's. I was borrowing it. It's from Plato's, but yeah, I love it. It's very like cottage core. I'm going to a cottage this weekend, leaving in a couple hours. So yeah, this is what I'm wearing. Also, what do we think of these pigtails? Sorry, I guess I just need your guys' approval at all times to let me know what you're thinking of my overall look. But anyways, let's get into what you're actually here for, which is my Project Pan products. And yeah, let's start with my empties. Why not? The first one is this. This is an empty eyeshadow. Yay! I'm not going to give the full rundown of what this was. This is not the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I had a different eyeshadow in here, but it's the first time that I think, put an eyeshadow in my regular Project Pan series, and the first time that I was successful in panning it. So I'm really glad to have gotten that out. This is something that I was working on, I think, in my Graveyard Project Pan in 2022, but I was really close to finishing it, so I figured I would just move it over into the Project Pan. And it's pretty surprising that this was the first item that I finished this year, because eyeshadows are notoriously difficult to pan, but I was really trying with this one. And I would use it with other colors, and I found that looked a lot better. All right, I figured out the sweater vest looks better when you can't see a shirt underneath. Sorry, I don't know the sweater vest rules. Anyways, this eyeshadow. The issue with panning eyeshadow, I find, is that you can't just like get a use out of it casually. At least for this one, I needed to be doing a full face of makeup to wear this eyeshadow. There's some products where I could get away with wearing it even if I'm not wearing a full face. Highlight, let's say. If I have no makeup on, it's still okay if I have a little bit of highlight because my sunscreen is quite glowy, so it just kind of enhances that. Mascara, I'm fine with wearing that if I have no other makeup on, obviously. And brow products, brow gel, I'm gonna wear that. Like, my no makeup days are like a little bit of cream blush, brow gel, mascara. That's basically it. Maybe a tiny bit of concealer. But bronze eyeshadow, no, it's not happening. It just looks bizarre. Even if I have like my no makeup look on, I can't get away with wearing this eyeshadow. So that posed a problem because I have actually been wearing a lot less makeup on a daily basis than before over the course of January and February. I think there's a couple different reasons for this. One, I had fewer social events. Like, my weekends were just kind of boring for the most part. There wasn't that much going on, and that's when I, really get creative and have fun with my makeup looks. The other thing is that I haven't really been happy with my skin lately. I've found myself breaking out a ton, particularly in this area, but I've also just generally been noticing a lot of dark spots on my skin. Yeah, I think I spend more time now than I used to following people who maybe don't make me have the best self-image. I love following them. Like, for example, just recently it was New York Fashion Week, and I had so much fun following along with like influencers and all of their looks. I get so much inspiration from that. But at the same time, like, seeing someone have flawless skin doesn't make me feel the best about my own skin. Follow-up question. So I went to the doctor recently, unrelated to this, but I did ask about getting a dermatologist or being prescribed some kind of product for my skin. Like, I explained my issues to her. She didn't think I needed a dermatologist, but she prescribed Tactuo pump, which I'd never heard of before. I was kind of angling to get a tretinoin prescription. Not that I know anything about that, but that's the product that I feel like I hear about the most. But then I looked into Tactuo pump a little bit, and I'm not entirely sure if I want to go ahead with getting it. So let me know if anyone has tried it or been prescribed it. Tell me what you think about it. I might also do a community tab to find out your guys' thoughts. But anyways, all this to say, I found that wearing makeup day after day exacerbated my skin issues. So as much as possible, I try to minimize using foundation, concealer, all that. That was a long tangent from just one product, but yeah. Happily, I did finish this eyeshadow against all odds. The next product is this lip balm. Yay! This I did not really enjoy. I go into more depth about these two items also in my Empties and Declutters video, which will be coming up soon if it has not come out already. But yeah, just happy to get this lip balm out because I did not love it. Neither of these are things that I would repurchase. Okay, what else do we got? I'm being better about tracking also. Ugh, where's my list? There we go. Okay, unfortunately there were a couple of items that I was really hoping to have done by now, but they're not done. This is the first one. This is the primer from Becca. I use this as much as I can, keeping in mind that I don't wear makeup every day now. But every time that I do wear makeup, I use this. I don't use it on my whole face anymore. I mostly do my forehead and my chin because I find that those are the areas that break out the least. So I don't want to, like, you know, add a potential problem or another product to a problem area. But there's still like so much left in this. I don't understand. So this is going to be sticking around. I'm just going to say that this will take me the first half of the year to finish. Okay, I'm not setting an expectation to finish this by next time anymore. The next one is this NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator. This one I've definitely had more progress on. No, it's not finished yet, but I can tell I'm at the point where, like, every time I use it, it's a little bit harder to get product out. Oh, accidentally got a bunch out there. That's like 2 uses worth right there. I tried to get a little bit back in there. You can see that shimmer there. It's quite light, not super obvious, so I can use quite a bit of this. But yeah, I think that might be done by next time. Depends if I'm planning to cut it open, get everything out, but I'm gonna say next update or the update after I will be finished that one. Okay, let's do some measuring now because I do have 2 products that I actually measure how much I have used up. This one I think I might have had some progress on. This brown one, honestly, I very rarely reached for this because I have added 2 other brown eyeliners into my daily makeup bag and I like both of them a lot more than this one. So I'm at the point where I'm like, do I even bother keeping this one? Like, I've made so much progress on it, so it would be really satisfying to get it out, but I don't like it as much as the other 2. I think you guys are gonna say get rid of it, but do I ever follow your advice? Very rarely, I'm sorry to say. But I still love hearing your advice. You just keep giving it, you know? I've been really into organizing lately. If I can figure out a way to make this whole setup less precarious, you guys don't know what I'm working with, what it looks like behind the scenes here. Whew, that would be ideal, but I don't know if that's even physically possible. Even if I was Marie Kondo or if I was Clea, what are the Home Edit women's names? Anyways, let's do some measuring. Okay, so we've got some nice tracking done here. You can see a lot of progress has been made over the course of 2022. Yes, it took that long. I don't think I sharpened this at all since the last time. Let's check. It's like right below. But I think it's time to switch this one out of my project pan. Can you see I just made a new mark right there? You can see the last couple months I've really made very, very minimal progress. So I'm going to take that as a sign that it is time to get this out of my makeup bag. I'm just not using it at the rate that I was before. I'm not excited about it anymore. So we can revisit this later. We can decide if we want to declutter at a later date. I did recently do an eyeliner declutter already, but you know, that's not to say I can't declutter other products. You look forward to that video if it hasn't come out yet. Again, I don't know what's the order. Who knows? Not me. But yeah, we're gonna have to roll something new in. And then we've got the Milk Chubby Stick from NYX. This one I used a little bit, not that much, because again, I didn't do my makeup as much the past little while. So yeah, this one, it's, I don't know if you could tell, but it's the exact same place that it was last time. So that is unfortunate, but I think I'll probably leave this one in because I do use it. Like it's not every day, but I'm still reaching for it for sure. Everything's falling. Okay. So those are the two measurable products. Now let's talk about a blush that I had rolled in last time. I said, and I stand by this, that I was not going to finish any blushes this year. It's just not possible. I finished off all the blushes that I had anywhere close to pan last year and the year before. So I just decided to toss this one in because I never use it. This is NYX Bourgeois Pig. And I'm finding the more I'm using it, the more it looks kind of gross. Like, it gets hard pan a lot. It just starts to look kind of dirty. Like, why is that? Why is it that hard pan makes products look dirty? I don't really understand the physics of it. But I did really enjoy using this month. I'm ready to switch something new in. So just a couple days ago, I moved this out of my makeup bag and put something new in. But or was it a couple days ago? It might have been a couple weeks ago, honestly. Yeah, I'm glad that I had some time with this. I'm just trying to rotate some different blushes in this time rather than focusing on one all year. So I will mention what I am rolling in as a blush this time because I will have a different one. The next one is actually not a makeup product. This is a body lotion, and I don't know the exact measurement, but I'll try to compare it to last time because I think I did actually make a lot of progress on this. This is the only place that you can really see, although it doesn't exactly lie flat, so it's kind of difficult to tell. But yeah, I did use a lot of this, and every time that I do use it, I try to use, you know, a large amount so that it gets done quickly because I don't enjoy this anymore, but it's still usable. So I'm trying to work my way through it, use it on my legs wherever I can, and I've been successful so far. So while it's still dry, it's still winter, I think I'm gonna get the most mileage out of this. So, you know, in March, even in April, I would really like to use this a ton. The next one is an eyeshadow. So yes, I actually did have 2 eyeshadows in my project pan this month, which in retrospect, that maybe was a little bit over optimistic. And am I planning to rotate another eyeshadow in? Yes. So again, I'm going to have 2 eyeshadows in my project pan. Didn't really think about that before. But maybe it was just the first time that was an issue and I will be able to do it this time. We'll see. This is the ColourPop blush in, oh my god, every single time it falls out. There's no point in gluing it in because I'm gonna get rid of this at some point. Like, it's not sticking around that long. This is in Cuteologist, and well, I'll show you the pictures. I did get some use out of it this time, and when I use it, I do enjoy the look. Like, I enjoy it a lot better than the Maybelline eyeshadow, but it's just so hard to get product to show up because it's so dried out. And even though it is a nice color, it used to be way better. Like, it's just not, it's not as nice anymore. I'm using it diligently, but I could be using it more. Again, this is not a product that I will be using if I'm not doing a full face of makeup. If I have no foundation on, I'm not going to be using a red blush. I just don't think that that would work as a look. To summarize, the ones that I'm going to be rolling out are the NYX blush and that eyeliner, which is now on the ground, the brown one. So I think we have 6 total products that are staying in from last time because I did pan 2. Oh, and I forgot to mention this mascara. So this is the CoverGirl Naturelux Water Resistant Mascara, and I use this as a brow gel. I really enjoy using mascara as brow gel. I have had to add contact solution to this a couple of times, and so, you know, the more often that happens, the sooner it means the product is going to be finished. So this is going to be done very soon. Probably next update, maybe the update after that. I'm not super fussed about it. I'm more anxious to get this one out than this one, for example. But yeah, I've made a lot of progress on this and I'm glad about that. I haven't decided what I will use as brow gel when I'm done this, because I do have a lot of mascaras that, you know, will happily take the place of brow gel, but I do also have a couple of brow gels. So, you know, we'll figure that. We'll cross that bridge. There we go. When we get to it. So yes, those are 6 products. So I'm going to be rolling in 4 new ones. Yes, so let's talk about the eyeshadow first. So this is an e.l.f. single eyeshadow. This was in my video where I talked about all of the products that I want to finish over the course of 2023. So this is kind of a project pan series, not really, but yeah, this one I'm going to be rolling in. I'll show you a better picture because I don't want everything to fall out, but this is in Golden. It is from e.l.f. It is very cool toned. This might be one that I end up decluttering, but I haven't given this enough usage to really have sussed out my thoughts about it. So I'm rotating it in the hopes that I will try to reach for it more. Again, gotta wear makeup more if I'm going to be wearing this. Because what ends up happening is, like, during the week, a lot of days I just don't wear makeup. And the days that I do, or the days on the weekend that I do, I'll like have a special event or a party. And so I want my makeup to look nice. And I'm probably not going to reach for the products that are just in my project pan that I'm trying to get out because I don't like them as much. So I just never end up using them. But hopefully I will. Or hopefully at least I like the product, so I do end up reaching for it for those nicer occasions. So that's the first one. The next one is a product that I am going to use as blush, but it's actually not a blush. We've got a couple of real wild cards in this one, but I figure since it's early on in the year, you know, I can throw anything in there. It's the time to like test things out and see how they work. Whereas closer to the end of the year, I'm like, oh, I need to finish all these products. I need to get them all out. But now there's no stress. It's like I have so much time to finish all the products I want to finish this year. Anyways, I totally forgot about this until I think Rebecca Morgan was talking about lip samples or something, and I was like, oh my god, I still have those lip samples from KBD Beauty from all of those years ago. So I don't even know if I want to try to use that one because I opened one of them a while ago and just completely forgot about it. Haven't touched it in ages. Still smells good. Like it has that original like vanilla-y scent that's a little bit like the MAC lipsticks, or at least like MAC Ruby Woo. So what I'm gonna do is use these as cream blush. People have been talking for ages about using lip products as cream blush, and I've never, no, I tried it one time. Actually didn't like how it looked very much. But I have hope that it just depends on the lip product and the application method, you know, getting used to it. So I'm going to try that with the 3 of these. We've got 3 very different colors. We've got a deep sort of burgundy shade, which I may or may not use, depending on if it feels too old. We've got more of like a mauve shade, and then we've got a bright red. So I think it'll be a lot of fun to play with these. As I mentioned, there's no blushes that I'm trying to pan right now, so I'm just trying to not put pressure on myself and, you know, use everything. Like, just use whatever I feel like using. So I think it'll be fun to try out these 3 shades, Outlaw, Lolita, and Vampira, because I'm just not going to use these for my lips. Like, how do you use it for your lips? Do you stick a pinky in, rub it on your lips, and then like use a lip brush to, I don't know. That's not going to happen. I've had this for ages and I haven't. So it's not going to get used up that way. So hopefully throwing in this project pan will enable me to get use out of it in a different way. That's the first wildcard product. The next wildcard product is this Maybelline Eye Studio Blackest Black Potted Liner. This, in either my makeup inventory or my eyeliner declutter, I came across it and was like, okay, I need to figure out if I should keep this or not. Like, is it still usable? It doesn't smell bad. It's quite cracked, so you can tell that it is old, but I stuck my finger in there this morning to see, you know, if it was all dried up, and it still felt very moist and usable. So I need to give this a whirl. Hopefully I can get a couple of uses out of it, or, you know, maybe the first time I'll be like, nope, doesn't feel safe to use, not happy with it. And in that case, great. But I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have tried to use it actively if not for this project pan. So yeah, these wild cards, I'm just forcing myself to use these things up by putting them in my project pan. Or if not use them up, at least use them somewhat. And then the final product that I want to finish up this year, I thought that this was in my project pan. I told myself that I would be more organized this year with what was in what product. And so I rewatched my last project pan video, and I don't think I talked about these. I think what it was I wanted to get these out in my, like, you know, all the products I want to finish this year rather than in my project pan. But now I might as well put them in my project pan because that's the best way to see if I've actually had any usage, because I want to see like the measurable amount that has been used when I put it on its side. And it's not as satisfying to only see that, you know, twice a year or a few times a year. So having a project pan, I'll be measuring it at least once every other month so I can actively see how much has been used. I have used them quite a bit, but I don't use them all over my body. You know, when I have a perfume, I'll like spray it close to my neck, around my hair, and then sort of my full body, I'll walk into it. But with these, I just use them on my wrist, sometimes my neck. I'm not going to spray them in my hair, so they don't get used up very quickly. I really do like this dot one from Marc Jacobs. I don't as much like the Inui from Shiseido. But yeah, let's see if I can get these used up, because these are my final perfume samples. All right, so those are the 10 products that I am hoping to make some progress on by next time. Let's do a little bit of predictions as to what will be done by the next update. I update this once every 2 months, so the next update will be at the end of April / beginning of May, which seems so far away now. But I think this mascara will be done by then. I think this is probably the most likely out of all of these to be finished. I also think that I will have finished the NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator by next time, as long as I keep up with the usage as I'm currently doing. I would say I use this like 4 times a week, maybe 3 times a week, but even with that, I think a couple of months of usage should be enough to get this finished. I am also really, really hoping to finish this by next time, because I think by May, I'm going to be using body lotion way, way less. Like, I still use it in the summer, but just not nearly as frequently. So if I can get this out, I think that's the best chance for this to be used up. Otherwise, it's just going to be ignored from like May till next October. And yeah, honestly, realistically, I think that's everything that's going to be done. That primer, it's very, very slow. But that was it for today's Project Pan video. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get into the book that I have been reading lately. The book I've been reading has been for a specific reason. I'm in a book club, and this was a book that was voted on, not by me. I read the synopsis and I was like, I don't think so. It doesn't sound like my cup of tea. And lo and behold, I started reading it. Well, I started listening on audio, and it's not. This is called Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. It says a love story. This is a romance of a kind. And this is very new, so that's why I'm listening on audio rather than the book format. It hasn't come in at my library yet, but I'm now glad that I'm listening on audio, because I kind of reserve books that I don't like as much for that format, because I can just like get it done quicker. I can put it up to 2 times speed and get it over with. But yeah, it's so pretentious. I don't mind writing that is very like, you know, kind of takes itself very seriously and is a little bit overly academic. That's fine. That's not the issue here. I don't think I'm good enough at explaining different types of writing, but it's just so pretentious. The way that the characters think and talk and act, it does not feel real at all. I don't like either of the main characters, like the 2 who are falling in love. I would not finish this if it was not for book club. And I'm tempted to just not finish it and be like, yeah, sorry, I didn't finish it because I really didn't like it. Can I see why people like it? I don't know. There's some parts of it that I find interesting. So I don't think it's going to be like a 1-star book. It's probably going to be a 2-star, maybe 3-star if it starts getting better. I think it's more that like it's so hyped up. Like people are obsessed with this book. If you look at the Goodreads reviews, I found it very satisfying to look through the 1 and 2-star reviews. I was like, ah, yes, that's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. But yeah, just not for me. So I would not recommend it. It's basically a love story with 2 people who both have their own problems. Yeah. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I hope you're all having a wonderful 2023 so far. I feel like for me, it's been a little bit dull, but I've gotten a lot done. I am personally seeing this as a year of progress in a lot of different ways. I don't know why I feel like I'm doing a pep talk, but I haven't spoken to the camera in a long time, so I'm having a really great time. I filmed 2 videos today. Usually by the time I'm done 2 videos, I'm like, oh my god, I should have just done 1. But now I'm like, ooh, I'm still in a good mood. I think it's also because I'm heading out for like a trip this afternoon, like for a long weekend. So I'm just excited for that. And it's sunny. I'm so glad it's sunny. But yeah. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know about Tactuo Pump and, you know, your experiences with acne medications and whatnot. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Bye!